Hey everybody, it's Zakti Rose. Go ahead and come to your mat. You can sit nice and tall however you're comfortable, whatever position you would like. Making sure the sits bones are planting onto the mat and lengthening your spine along. Bring your palms down towards your thighs for a little bit of grounding, or if you want some more energy, go ahead and bring those palms up towards the ceiling. Wherever you are, start to close your eyes. Take a big inhale. And a big exhale. Again, take a big inhale, filling up the whole belly. And exhale, exhale all that air out. We'll start with box breathing. We'll breathe in for 4, hold for 4, exhale for 4, hold for 4, and begin again. So take a big inhale for 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold at the bottom, 4, 3, 2, 1, breathe in, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold for 4, 3, 2, 1, exhale, 4, 3, 2, 1, hold, 4, 3, 2, 1, continue this box breathing on your own for a few rounds. Go ahead and breathe normally, coming back into the room, back into your body. And we'll begin to say Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Taking a couple more breaths. Inhale, reach the arms above your head. Exhale with a twist towards the right. Right hand or fingertips come towards the mat behind your hips. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to twist, looking towards that right shoulder. Inhale as you lengthen. Exhale, twist towards the navel. And from the navel. Inhale, reach your hands back to center. And exhale, twist to the left. Inhale to lengthen spine. Exhale to twist. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, twist. Good. Inhaling back to center. And exhale, twisting towards the right once again. Inhale back to center, once more to the left. Good. Inhale back to center, palms facing down. Exhale, arms all the way back down, palms up to your thighs. Start to roll your shoulders up and back. Keep following your breath. Never forcing anything. Let the breath do the work. Reverse your shoulders back, up, and forward. Good. Bring your arms out to the side. Big breath in. And then exhale, bring the arms behind you. You can find a prayer behind your back. Maybe your fingertips just touch. You're working on getting them to touch. Wherever you are, take a deep breath as you lengthen and open through your chest. Open, inhale into your shoulder blades. Exhale. One more big inhale. And exhale here, unbind your arms, bring your arms out in front of you, grab your strap. You'll take the strap into your right hand and take it behind your back, left arm up, and then come back to that bind as you grab your strap behind you, and wherever you are, you can maybe start to inch your fingertips forward, but still just focusing on opening the chest here. Good, so that left arm is bent behind your back. Good, kind of coming into a infinity sign maybe with your arms. Relax your neck, make sure that you're not holding anything there. Take one more breath into your shoulders, and let's release that. And then we'll switch it towards the other side. So this time the left hand holds that strap. You'll take it behind the back, reach the right arm up, and then take that hand behind the back, grabbing for that strap. Go ahead and release the strap, set it down beside you. Bring your arms to a W, open up through your chest. And then exhale as you bring the forearms together, little round. Inhale as you open. Exhale, little round, separating shoulder blades. Good, one more here. And exhale, bringing it forward. Good, coming back up to sit. Let's cross the right leg over the left. Maybe the foot comes to the calf, or maybe you can go ahead and cross it over the thigh. Wherever you are, take an inhale, lengthen through your spine, and let's come back to those prayer arms behind you. So take an inhale, we're sitting nice and tall. And then we'll hinge forward with a flat back from your hips. So it may be very, very small. Keep grounding through your sits bones, keep opening through your chest. Good, from here, bring the chest back over the shoulders. Take your strap if you'd like it. We're coming back into that infinity bind. Bring your hands behind you, right arm lifted, left arm comes low. Maybe you start to reach for your fingertips or take that strap anytime you'd like. Take an inhale to lengthen, and let's hinge forward if you'd like this option. Once more, hinging forward from here. Good, take an inhale, bring your chest above your shoulders and release that bind. Let's go ahead and uncross the legs and bring the left leg now on top, keeping that foot flexed. Wherever you are, sit nice and tall on your sits bones, long spine, bring the arms out beside you. And then exhale, come into your prayer behind you. Taking a couple breaths here, and when you're ready, if you'd like that option, lengthen the spine to hinge from your hips, keeping the spine long, chest forward and open. Good, inhale, bring your chest back above your shoulders, reach your arms out. Left hand comes behind, you can take that strap if you'd like, and right arm comes behind. Reaching for those fingertips, or maybe inching your fingers a little closer together with that strap. Again, not forcing anything here. Our shoulders are going to naturally open up as we continue class, so you can let this be as big as needed. take one more inhale. And exhale. Oh, let's come forward a little bit if you'd like. Good, and let's come back, bring chest over hips and release that. Go ahead and roll your shoulders one more time, uncross your legs, and let's bring our feet in front of us. And roll down, so bring the arms in front, roll it down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. As we get there, let's bring the knees into our chest and rock back and forth into a little ball, just taking this as slow and as gently as you can. And when you're ready to move on, let's bring the feet apart, bring arms inside of legs, grabbing for the outside edge of your feet. So this is just a first happy baby of the day, so let's just take it nice and easy. You can sway back and forth. Maybe the legs are a little more closer towards each other. Okay, just easing into it. Press your feet towards the ceiling, press the hips down towards the mat to lengthen the spine. Keeping it nice and active to start to warm the muscles up. Good, and let's just release our legs all the way down. Keep the right knee in towards the chest. So we'll take a couple circles here with the right hip. Good, and we'll straighten that leg towards the ceiling as much as you like for now. Flex and point the foot, flex and point. Keep grounding through that right hip. Good, and we'll bend and straighten once again. Next time you bend, let's keep the leg bent and take the knee out towards the side, towards that right hip. Keeping the left hip grounded, okay? Keeping the abs engaged. So the leg may not touch the floor. You can keep it nice and closed. But feeling a little opening in that right hip. You can start to straighten and bend if that feels okay for you. So right now. Good, and let's take the right leg in, straighten it all the way down, left knee back in towards the chest. When we're leaving pose, start to circle that left hip. Good, and then bringing the knee back in towards the chest, start to straighten and bend that leg. You can grab behind the thigh. Maybe you take that strap here. And you can hold the leg from here. So if your shoulders are really high and you're having trouble holding the leg, you can always take your strap. That way that the spine will be long and there's no tension. And we'll start to point and flex as we keep that leg straight. And let's bend the leg, take the knee out towards the side, and then start to bend and straighten if that feels okay. Keep grounding through that opposite hip, the right hip, to keep those hips in line. So you can use the left hand to keep the thigh lifted. Or you can let it come down a little more as you open. Good, and let's bend the leg and bring the knees back in towards the chest, finding a little rock once again. Good, and then coming back into our happy baby. Feeling a little more open, you can decide, or you can choose to stay here, maybe start to bend one leg and straighten the other. Everything is an option. Good. From here, let's bring our legs to tabletop. So our shins are parallel towards the ceiling, or parallel of the mat, and our knees are directly over our hips. Bring the arms long, take an inhale as you drop the right heel or toe down, just a little touch, and exhale to lift using the core. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. And let the breath move the legs for you. Feeling the abs work over the hip flexors. Good. One more to the right, one more to the left. And let's straighten the legs towards the ceiling. Both legs lowered down, the legs can touch. Try to keep them as straight as you can and exhale as you lift. Good, 2 more. Spine stays nice and long. Only thing that moves is the legs. You can keep the feet lifted as high as you need. If you start to feel the spine really wiggle or move, just bringing those toes a little higher. And then from here, let's come back to that tabletop. Bring the hands behind your head. We'll lift the shoulders high. We'll find a little scoop down with the legs and lift. Back to tabletop, little scoop and lift. Just 3 more here. Keep lifting those shoulders high. Last one. And then we'll go ahead and reverse that. So our legs come straight down, and then they scoop back into your tabletop. Straighten up towards the ceiling, lower down, scoop it back in. 3 more here. Elbows stay wide. Gaze at your toes, gaze at the ceiling. Good. From here, keep the legs straight. We lower and lift straight legs. You can always choose to rest the neck if you need. Warming up our core to use throughout the whole class. 2 more. Last one. Good. Go ahead and release the head down. Bring the knees back in towards your chest and plant the feet down onto the mat. So you could almost reach your heels with your fingertips. We'll press the arms firmly down into the mat as you tuck the tailbone to peel the spine up off of the mat, finding your bridge. Good. So just notice if the legs are angled out. Try to squeeze those inner thighs to pull the legs in towards one another, making sure that those ankles are right underneath those knees. Good. And then I want you to lift and really feel your hamstrings and your glutes. So that's what we're going to be focusing on here. Take an inhale. Slowly roll 1 vertebrae at a time back down. We'll inch our feet out about a foot's distance towards the front or the bottom of your mat. And then from here, let's tuck our tailbone under, peel the spine up off of the floor. And again, focus on feeling your hamstrings and your glutes here. Lengthen your spine. Take a couple breaths. Press firmly down into your heels to lift the hips. Good, and then we'll slowly bring the spine back down onto the mat, 1 vertebrae at a time. And let's inch the feet a little further down the mat, about 1 more foot's distance. From here, squeeze your glutes as you lift the spine 1 vertebrae at a time, back up towards the ceiling. Maybe you can flex the feet, but we're firmly pressing into the mat with our feet, with our heels, and then feeling the hamstrings lift. Couple more breaths here. Keeping those under thighs squeezing together. Arms firmly down into the mat. Make sure there's no tension in your neck. Neck is long. And slowly come back down. Okay, we have 1 more. You're going to inch your feet down just a little more. Stand onto your heels. Lift up. Feeling those hamstrings, feeling the feet plant down, and lift through your hamstrings, lift through your glutes. everything we worked in our core is still working. It's still on. Couple breaths. Good, and release back down. Go ahead and walk your feet all the way back in. Cross the right leg over the left thigh. Bring the left leg towards your chest. You can always use that strap if you want here. Bringing it through the thigh, holding it towards your chest. You can rock back and forth, opening up the hip. We'll switch legs. So finding a figure four stretch, left ankle on top of the thigh, keeping left foot flexed. Maybe rocking back and forth, maybe using that strap to help you if your shoulders feel tight. Uncross your legs, reach your legs out. Take a big stretch, arms over your head. Reach your toes long, reach your fingertips long. And then exhale, bring your arms in front of your shoulders. So reach those fingertips towards the ceiling. We'll take a small roll up. Tuck the neck and shoulders. Slowly roll all the way up to sit. We'll cross over our legs, coming into a tabletop. So knees directly underneath the hips, hands underneath the shoulders. Take a couple cat-cows to further warm up your spine. Any kind of movement is okay here. Good, coming back into neutral spine. Flip your toes, press into your balls, we'll come into a downward dog. Good, so lift those hips towards the ceiling. Maybe the legs are really bent for now. You can relax the head. Shoulders are rotating out to open up through your chest. Press into all 10 fingertips. Close those ribs, release your head. Press the heels down to the mat as close as you can. Lift the hips up towards the ceiling. Keep the hips there as you lower the heels. From here, bring your knees hovering above the mat. Come back towards that tabletop and keep the knees an inch high. Keep pressing firmly into the mat. Take a couple breaths. Inhale. Exhale. One more breath. And exhale. Press back to downward dog. Good, release your neck, find your stance here once again, walking it out, bending one leg and then the other. Good, find both legs straight as you come forward into your tabletop. Once again, press firmly into the mat with your hands. Knees hovering over the mat about 1 inch. Gaze at the top of your mat. Good, and press back to downward dog. From here, reach the right leg up and back, three-legged dog. Let's go ahead and open your hip, bend that leg. Making sure there's still equal weight on both of your hands. So you can start to move the hip, do whatever feels nice. Maybe that bottom leg stays bent. And then when you're ready, we'll straighten the legs, square the hips, place the right foot back onto the mat, lift the left leg up, open the hip. Good, squaring the hips, straighten that leg, place the left foot back down to the mat, bend the legs, and let's walk the feet towards the hand to meet in forward fold at the top of your mat. So let's release, bend the neck, or bend the knees as much as you need to, release the neck. Inhale for your half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, let's have a flat back to rise. Inhale, reach your arms above the head. And exhale, arms come down by your side, palms facing forward. Roll your shoulders up and back, opening through your chest, grounding through your feet. Just kind of shifting back and forth, feeling your weight in the right foot, feeling your weight in the left foot, and then feeling the weight in both feet. So kind of going smaller and smaller until the weight is even in both feet. Take a breath, inhale, raise your arms above your head. And exhale, forward fold, flat back or round forward. Release at the bottom. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step the right foot back, step the left foot back. Hold this plank. 2 breaths, inhale. Exhale for 1. Inhale. Exhale for 2. Go ahead and gently release those knees down. Shift the chest forward, elbows to your side, hips, chest meet towards the bottom. So we'll come here, lay onto the mat. Inhale, lift for your cobra. Good, and then release down. Bring the fingertips wider. Lift your chest. We'll bring the left shoulder down, and we'll bring that right shoulder down. So just begin to open up the chest. Good. And then from here, let's bring the right arm out long. So palm facing the mat. Plant the left palm underneath your shoulder. Bend the left leg. And then we'll twist the hips, or lift the left hip, opening up this right arm. So you can bend the right arm. You can straighten it. You can maybe just kind of play with where you want that arm to be. So you're just feeling this shoulder stretch, the inside right here stretch. Take a couple more breaths. Good. And then release this, coming back down onto your stomach. Reach the left arm out, palm facing the mat, right hand underneath your chest, right leg bends, lift the right hip, plant the right foot behind the hips. You can bend, you can straighten this left arm. Playing with where your body wants to be. Good. Bring your hips back down to the mat. Clasp the hands behind you. Maybe you use the strap. If the hands feel better to not touch, you can always use the strap. Or clasp your hands. Squeeze those inner thighs together and lift through your chest. We'll take a couple breaths here. Belly button lifted towards your spine. Long neck. Keep squeezing inner thighs. Keep lifting the chest. One more breath in. And exhale, release palms underneath the shoulders. Inhale, lift your cobra here. Just the chest. And then as you exhale, flip the toes, press into your tabletop. Downward dog. Good, reach the right leg up and back. Keep those hips square, bring the right knee towards the chest and plank. Lift to plant the right foot down. Inhale for your low lunge. Exhale, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back to rise. Exhale, plant the hands down by your side. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Plant those hands, bend the legs, step the left foot back, step the right foot back. Bring your knees down, hips, chest meet. Inhale, lift for cobra. Exhale, squeeze the back of the arm, press through tabletop, down dog. Release the head, left leg back and up. Keep hips square, left knee to nose. Lift to plant that left leg. Inhale. Low lunge, lift through your chest. Step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back to rise. Let's bring our hands through prayer to heart center and release down to Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms above the head. Flat back, forward fold. Bending the knees here still as much as you need. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees, step the right foot back, step the left foot back. Bring your knees down, shift the chest forward. Small flow. Pressing through tabletop, downward dog. Right leg back and up. Exhale, right knee to nose. Plant the foot in between the hands. Inhale, lengthen low lunge. Release back, heel down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, arms above head. Or maybe they come towards your thigh, wherever you're comfortable here. Open up the arms if your chest feels tight. Keep lifting through the front of your hip. Keeping the back body open. Keeping those hamstrings that we worked in the bridges on here. Take one more breath. Exhale once more, plant the hands. Lift the back knee, step forward, forward fold. Release the head. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, flat back, rise to stand. Hands through heart center, Tadasana. Inhale, reach the arms. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, bend the legs, step the right foot back, step the left foot back, knees come down, hips, chest meet. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, downward dog. Good, inhale, left leg back and up, keep the hips square, take a breath. Exhale, knee, nose to knee, knee to nose. Lift to plant the front foot. Release the back heel down or knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Good. Plant the hands, lift the back knee, low lunge, lengthen through your chest. And step the back foot forward, forward fold. Good. Inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, forward fold right away. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the left foot back, step the right foot back. Knees come down, hips, chest. Inhale, cobra. Exhale, through tabletop, downward dog. Good, right leg back and up, take an inhale. Let's open that hip this time. Open the hip, bend the leg. Square the hip, straighten the leg. Right knee to nose. Plant the foot. Inhale. Release back knee down and Anjaneyasana. Good, hands come down, lift the back leg. Plant the back heel, two heels in one line. Inhale, warrior one. Bending the front leg as much as you can. Pulling right hip back, left hip forward. Back toes angle in as much as needed. Good, feeling a nice stretch in that left hip flexor. Or through that inner thigh. Good. Hands frame the front foot, step forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, step the right foot back, step the left foot back. Maybe you're ready for your big flow. If so, lower halfway down. Inhale, flip the feet, upward dog. Abs support the spine, abs press your hips back, downward dog. Good. From here, left leg back and up, open that hip. Squaring the leg, straightening the leg. Left knee to nose, lift to plant. Inhale for your low lunge, release back knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Plant the hands down, lift back knee. Plant back heel, 2 heels on one line. Inhale, warrior one. Squaring left hip back, right hip forward. Lifting from that back arch of your foot to feel that right inner thigh lift and stretch. Take a breath. Good, plant the hands down, step the back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step the left foot back, step the right foot back. Flow of your choice, meeting in down dog. Good, reach right leg back, open the hip. Straighten leg, square hip, right knee to nose, hold here, inhale. Exhale for 1, inhale. Exhale for 2, 1 more, inhale. Exhale for 3, plant the right foot in between the hands. Release the back knee down, inhale, Anjaneyasana. One more breath here. Okay, hands come in front of this right leg. Let's turn the left leg in towards the right side of the mat. From here, right arm presses against that right thigh presses against arm. So there's energy both ways. Arm presses against hand, hand presses against arm. Reach the left arm up towards the ceiling here. Keep squaring the hip. Really feeling those inner thighs press and work. Maybe you look up towards that left hand. Lots of work in this position, just to stay here and keep your balance. Good, from here, hands come in front of you, turn the right toes in. We'll straighten and bend the right leg. So straighten and bend. Keep a lift from that inner thigh. So keep wrapping that thigh around towards the back wall to feel the opening of your inner thigh. Good, one more. And let's keep that leg long. Turn the toes towards the ceiling. We'll shift the hips back and shift the hips forward. So this can be as small or as big as you'd like. The hips do not have to touch the mat. They don't have to go towards or touch the feet. Okay, it can be very small, or they can. Wherever you are, it's completely fine. Just keep breathing. Good, from here, coming back to our side angle prep. So bending up the front leg, bringing that arm against the thigh once more, finding the left arm up towards the ceiling, finding the work in your inner thigh as you inhale, lengthen your spine. Maybe you take a bind with your left arm, open through your chest here. Good, from here, turn back towards the right leg. Bring the right foot towards the middle. Lift that back heel, or lift the back knee. Keep the heel lifted as you rise for your high lunge. From here, we'll bring our arms back behind us, taking a wide position with your arms, open through your chest. And then exhale, straighten your arms, extended high lunge. And we'll flow through this a few times, keeping those hips square, inner thighs squeezing together, abs supporting spine. Good. Next time you reach forward in extended lunge, plant the hands, bring the back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift, exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Good. Okay, from here, bring your hands to your hips. We'll bring the weight towards your right leg, lift the left leg a little. Feeling those hamstrings lift and the foot ground. And then we'll shift towards the other side. Foot goes directly underneath that hip bone. Transferring the weight, squeezing those hamstrings to lift through the front of the hip. And let's do it one more time. So shifting towards the right leg, find your balance. Good, and once more to the left. Grounding the feet, finding equal balance between both feet. Inhale, reach the arms above your head. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands within the legs. Step the left foot back, step the right foot back. We'll meet in downward dog. Good, left leg backing up, open through the hip. Good, straighten the legs, square the hip. Bring the knee to the nose, hold here, take an inhale. Exhale, get tighter, lift a little more for one, inhale. Exhale for two, inhale. Exhale for three, plant the foot in between the hands, inhale for your low lunge. And release the back knee down gently, inhale, Anjaneyasana. Take one more breath here. Good, take your hands inside of the left leg. Bring the right foot towards the left side of your mat. Reach the right arm towards the ceiling. Press the thigh against the arm against the thigh. Wrapping the left leg behind you. Inner thighs on fire. Good, bring the fingertips to the right side of the mat. Turn that left foot towards right side. Start to bend and straighten left leg. Keep wrapping that left leg back and around. Lifting through your inner thigh as you bend and straighten. Good. Now lift the left toes towards the ceiling. Bring the hips back, bring the hips forward. Good. Wherever you are, start to bring the left leg back towards the front of the mat. And reach the right arm up towards the ceiling, taking that bind if you please. And then start to turn towards the front of the mat. Bring the left leg back towards the left side. Flip the toes, lift the back knee. Keep the heel lifted for your high lunge. Inhale into a W. And then exhale, extended high lunge. Abs lifting away from the leg. Inhale, flowing through this a few times. Squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Keeping them active as you reach the arms forward. Good. From here, reach through your extended lunge. Place the hands down, step the back foot forward. Forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Good. Bring your hands to your hips. Lift the left leg, find the weight in the right. Set it down, find the weight in the left leg. Lifting through your hamstring, pressing into your big toe, your pinky toe, and your heel. And switch. And switch one more time. Good, plant the right foot down, equal weight in the feet. Inhale, reach the arms overhead. Exhale, release, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold, plant the hands, step the right foot back, step left foot back, meet in down dog. Good, reach right leg back and up. Exhale, knee to right elbow. Three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to left elbow. Three-legged dog. Exhale, knee to center and plant the foot. Inhale, lengthen. Release back knee down on Dhanasana. Hands plant onto the mat, lift the back heel, high lunge. Inhale, open your chest, exhale, extended high lunge. Moving through this. Good, finding your extended lunge, lift your chest, plant the back heel down, two heels on one line, warrior one. Take an inhale here, release the front knee. Walk the right foot towards the left side, turning into your warrior two. Front heel bisects the back heel, or arch. Warrior two. Take an inhale. Shoulders press down, reach through your fingertips. Right elbow to thigh, side angle. Keep lifting out of the right side of your body. Lifting up away from the leg. Inhale, warrior two, straighten that front leg. Press the hips back, tilt forward for triangle. Fingertips come to a block or your shin, maybe come to the floor. Long, straight spine. Good, bring it back to your side angle from here. Bend the front leg, elbow to thigh. Lift through your chest. Good, from here, warrior two, turn the back heel in, turn the toes in, so just inching those feet in towards each other a little. Inhale, bend the arms, bend the legs. Good, goddess pose, and straighten. Inhale to bend. Now you can stay here, this time as you straighten, lift the heels, find your balance. Squeeze those hamstrings, lift from those inner thighs. Heels come down, goddess pose. And exhale, find your balance if you please. And goddess pose. Good, from here, hands come to the hips, straighten the legs, turn the toes forward. Flat back, wide-legged forward fold. So if you want a little more stretch in your calves, you can always bring those toes a little more angled in. Just an option. You'll feel this more on the outside of the calf or the shin. Inhale, flat back, and exhale to forward fold. So kind of finding a little snakiness in your spine here. Or you can just stay releasing down. Take one more inhale, find a flat back, bring both of your toes to point the front of your mat. We'll bend the back leg as we straighten the front toes to the ceiling. So we'll keep bending and straightening here. You can bring the feet as close together as you need. You can also use your blocks here to keep you lifted. foot forward, forward fold. Release the head, inhale, flat back. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Good. And exhale, bring the hands down. Okay. This time, shift your weight to the left foot. Bring the right knee high. Keep lifting on the left hamstring. Take the right leg out and connect the foot. So wherever you can take this leg high, when you bring the foot in, that's where you are. Okay? So yes, avoid the knee. My foot tends to kind of go like my arches on the inside or kind of going on top of the knee, but that is okay, because I'm not pressing down on my knee. I'm avoiding the knee still, even though that's my mid-height, okay? So we're bringing that leg back. Find the length in the hamstring. Find that little lift that we've been talking about for your balance here. You can bring your hands to heart center, or we can find a little prayer bind behind our back in our tree. Keep lifting the right leg back, wrapping the leg around just like we've been doing. Lifting from those inner thighs here. Make sure your hips are even. Keep breathing. Good. When you're ready, unattach the foot and gently bring it down. So widen your feet a little bit. Turn the toes apart. Bring the arms above the head. And then as we come down, we'll squat all the way down, finding our Malasana squat. Okay, so you can bring a block underneath your hips. You can widen the feet as much as you need so that the heels will stay onto the ground. Again, we're pressing the arms against the thighs and the thighs against the arms so we can find our lift here and find our inner thigh strength. Reach the left fingertips down, reach the right fingertips high, opening up your chest. One more breath. And let's switch. Right fingertips down, reach your left fingertips up. And release down, lift the legs. Inhale, lift the chest, half lift. Let the hands step back, find your flow. Left leg back and up. Left knee to left elbow. Three-legged dog. Right elbow. Three-legged dog. Knee to chest. Lift and plant. Inhale, low lunge. Release back knee down. Inhale, arms overhead on Dhanasana. Good, plant the hands down. Lift the back knee, finding your high lunge. Open through your chest, and extended lunge. Good, inhale for your warrior one, so turn that back heel down. Warrior one. Square right hip forward, left hip back. Good, open up to warrior two. Good, side angle, left elbow to thigh, reach up towards the ceiling. Good, warrior two, straighten that front leg, press your hips back, find your triangle. Good. Automatically bring your front leg forward, side angle. Good. Inhale, warrior two. Turn the back heel in. Bring the feet closer together. Goddess pose. Exhale, straighten. Find that balance if you please. Goddess pose. And lift. Lift your heels. Squeeze those inner thighs. Squeeze those hamstrings. And bend. Last one. Good, goddess pose. Rise to stand, toes angle in. Flat back, forward fold. Snaking spine. Inhale to lift, exhale to forward fold. Good, turn the toes towards the front of the mat. Bend the back legs, straighten the front, toes to the ceiling. Bend and straighten. Then when you're ready, bring the back foot forward, forward fold. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, root to rise. Hands to heart center, and release. Shift your weight to the right foot. Inhale, lift the left leg. Turn the leg out. Attach the foot to the thigh. Keep lifting, keep turning the leg out. Maybe you take your hands to heart center. Maybe you take our prayer bind. Take an inhale. And exhale, unattach that foot, turn the leg and release it down. Widen your feet, toes slightly angled out. Bring the arms above the head, hands to heart center, Malasana squat. Keep lifting up out of the mat, chest over your hips, reach the fingertips wide. We can stay here or reach the right arm up. Find a little twist, but keep the spine center. Good, and then we'll switch to the other side. Good, take it down, straighten the legs, forward fold, inhale, half lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back, meet in downward dog. Okay, our final flow of class. Reach the right leg up, bring the right knee into the chest, plant the right foot, release back leg down. Inhale, arms out to the side, prayer bind. Lift, and maybe the hips can come a little further now. Good, from here, take your hands inside of that right leg, walk the right foot to the edge of the mat, coming into lizard. So keep those inner thighs working and pressing against the shoulder. Maybe you stay lifted, maybe you come onto your forearms. Some people like to lift the back leg. Good, wherever you are, let's come back up onto the hands. We'll bring our palm towards the right leg and just press the leg out a little. Good. All right, bring the right foot back in towards the center. Hands frame the foot. Lift the back knee. Come into your high lunge. Open up the chest. Fold forward, extended. Inhale to open. Exhale, extended. One more. And extended. Good, this time heel comes down, warrior one. And open to warrior two. Side angle. Let's take a bind. Well, you can choose to take this bind. So maybe the shoulder comes down, maybe you can grab your fingertips. You can always use your strap, okay? We're working on that. From here, keep the spine, straighten the leg. We're coming into a triangle from here. So this is an option. You can always take the first flow that we did, okay? But if you want, you can try to straighten the leg, keeping your bind in this triangle, bending. Straightening and bending. Now stay here if you want the more advanced option. If you want to go with a different option, a less challenging option, you'll turn towards the front of your mat, step the foot in, find your forward fold, lift up and work on your tree. If you want to take the challenging option, you're in your bind, we'll slowly start to walk the foot forward. Foot forward until you place your weight on the left foot. Keep your bind, start to lift that right leg into your bird of paradise. Keep those hips square. Keep lifting onto your hamstrings. Breathe here. Good, okay. We'll slowly and controlled bring it back down. If you're in your tree, go ahead and bring the leg back down, and we'll come back into our Malasana squat. So open the legs, coming back into your Malasana, taking your twist to the right, take your twist to the left, bring your hands to the center. Actually bring the hands behind you and we'll just gently come down. We'll come into cow-faced pose. So bring the left knee to center. Bring the right knee to center as much as you can. This is a really challenging pose. So it's okay if this foot doesn't touch the ground, but eventually we'll come all the way so that the knees are almost, or they are, directly on top of each other. Keep grounding through your hips. Maybe you stay here, or maybe you take your strap and we'll find our infinity bind, right? Maybe you don't need your strap. Take an inhale, and we'll hinge forward. So hinging from the hips, keeping a flat back. No rounding right now. So mine's super, super small. Maybe you can go further. Take one more breath and release. We'll take our legs out wide into the straddle. Keep grounding through your sit bones. Reach over towards your right leg. Good. Reach up and over. Press into the left arm. Press into the right hip. Stretch the side. From here, come back up to center. We're going to shake our legs all the way in, into your pike. Reach your arms above your head. Make sure you're nice and tall in your sit bones. Hinge from your hips. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to forward fold. And we'll just do a few snaky pikes here. Always using a block. If you want to rest, you can put it onto your legs just to rest your head a bit. And fold forward. Inhale, flat back. Lift, cross over your legs, and we'll find our flow. Good. Reach the left leg up and back. Exhale, nose to knee. Release it down. Inhale, lengthen. Release back, knee down. Inhale, open up. Come into your prayer bind. Anjaneyasana with a prayer bind. Maybe your shoulders are more open now. Take a breath. Good, and then exhale, bring your hands inside of that left foot, walk it out slightly, bring the shoulder, connect to the thigh, and find the level you'd like in your lizard. Good. Go ahead and come up onto your hands if you aren't. Place the left hand on the thigh, press just a little, rolling to the outside edge of that left foot. Good. Bring your hands back to center, walk that foot back to center. Lift the back leg, inhale into your high lunge. Open your chest, extended high lunge. From here, extend the high lunge, lift up into your warrior one. Bring the back heel down. Breathe. And open up into your warrior two. Find that side angle. Finding a bind if you choose. You can always use that strap. Straighten the leg. Right, or release back into your triangle. Or take the bind. Good, stay here if you want to come into your bird of paradise. If you want to come into your tree, come back to your low lunge, step forward, half lift, find your tree. Bird of paradise, keep your bind, walk that back foot forward. Plant your weight into the right foot, start to lift. Lifting from your hamstring, planting from your foot. Breathe into your shoulders. Maybe you play with straightening the leg. A couple more breaths. Wherever you are, slowly come out of your tree or slowly come down all the way and release your bind. Opening up the feet, coming back into your malasana. Maybe staying here, taking that twist once again. Maybe you can play with the bind as long as your spine stays in one line. So we don't want to tweak our back here. Good, and then we'll switch. Hands come behind you, release back down. Let's bring right knee over under the left. Left leg comes on top of the right. And wherever you are, it's okay if you're not completely right on top of one another or hard to pose. Lengthen. Maybe stay here or taking the strap. Left hand comes behind. Right fingertip comes under. Take a couple of breaths. If you want to advance, hinge forward. Good. Inhale, lift your chest back over your shoulders. Release that bind. Open up your legs into your straddle. Keep pressing your hip bones down. Long spine. Hinge forward. Flex through your feet. You can release down if that's in your practice. But keep those sit bones glued to the floor. Keep those legs rounding or wrapping back behind you. Toes up to the ceiling. And slowly bring your chest back up and shake your legs forward into your pike. Sit up nice and tall, reach your arms up, hinge from the hips. Inhale, lengthen, exhale, round. Lengthen and round. Yes, that is a good option to bring the strap onto the feet to help you. And then round forward. Good. Gently coming out of this, take your strap to your side, cross your legs, our final flow. Good. Meeting and downward dog. When you're ready, reach the right leg up. Bring the right knee to right elbow and release down into your pigeon. Good, so making sure the left hip is rotating forward, right hip pulling back. If you have a block, you can place it underneath the right hip for a little bit of lift. Good, you can stay here or bring the elbows down, finding where you feel comfortable, but breathing into what is uncomfortable. So finding a little bit of ease, finding something that's not comfortable, finding a balance. Good, and then when you're ready, bring your hands back underneath your shoulders, flip the back toes, come into your down dog. Lift the back left leg, left knee to left elbow, lift and plant the hips. So this time bringing the right hip more forward, lifting the left hip if needed. Good, bringing your hands underneath your shoulders once more. Flip the back toes, come into a plank. Slowly lower all the way down. All the way down. Release the back toes, clasp the hands behind you. Lift up, finding our locust once more. Take a breath. Lift and release down. Right ear comes to the mat, toes together, heels apart. Take a couple breaths, arms down by your side. Good. So we can bring your chin back to the mat, maybe come into that locust or bend the legs, grabbing for our bow. So from here, inhale, lengthen. Or coming back into your locust. One more lift, inhale. And exhale, come forward, left ear to the mat. Straighten legs, toes together, heels apart. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders, press back into a small child's pose, and then round all the way up to sit, shoulders over hips. From here, we'll take a little twist to the right, fingertips, or the left, fingertips down, little round and opening of the chest. Breathe into your shoulder blades. Good, and then we'll bring our body towards the right side, open the shoulder blades, lift and round. Good, come back to center, actually come into a cat and cow. So come into your tabletop, and let's have some circles. Good, and then reverse circles when you're ready. Good, okay, from here, come onto your hips, bring the legs in front of you, inch up to the front of your mat, and we'll slowly roll down. Reach the arms long, reach the toes long, get a nice big stretch, big breaths. Good, and release. Let's go ahead and bring now the hands underneath your hips. You can lift your hips, bring your hands there. Bring the elbows in close together. We're going to press into our forearms to arch the spine, lengthen the neck. So you can watch at first if you'd like. I'm using my core to lift up, open up the front of the neck. My head there's no weight, none at all on the head. Lengthen the spine to come back down. We'll try that again. Take a moment. Press into your forearms. Arch your spine, look to the top of your mat. No weight on your head. Open the front of your neck. Lengthen the neck to come back down. Good, and we'll just rest here for a moment, palms facing ceiling, and you can rock your head from side to side. Bring your knees back into your chest, coming into a little ball, rocking from side to side. Coming into another happy baby, or maybe you take a different option. So you'll have some time to do whatever else you'd like before we come into our final resting pose. Good. And then when you're ready, go ahead and release. Bring your legs all the way out. Long, open up your shoulders. Bring the shoulders down your back. Palms face the ceiling. We'll relax our toes. Feel your ankles, relax the ankles, relax your calf, your knees, your thighs. Going into your hip flexors, how do those feel? Try to relax. Can you feel your pelvic floor, your hips, hip bones, your belly button, relax. Up to your solar plexus, relax, your chest. All the way up to your heart, your shoulders, relax, fingertips, wrists, forearms, elbows. Relaxing your biceps, shoulders once again, your throat, the back of your neck. Relax your jaw, your ears, eyes, nose. Relax the crown of your head, your third eye. Sink into your mat. You can stay here as long as you'd like, or go ahead and bend your legs, coming over onto your favorite side, and sitting up, taking your time. Going nice and tall in your sits bones, bring your palms back to your thighs for a little bit of grounding. Long spine, take an inhale. Exhale. Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Loka Samasta Sukhina Bhavantu. May all beings everywhere be happy and free, and may the thoughts, words, and actions of my own life contribute in some way to that happiness and to that freedom for all. That is Loka Samasta Sukhino Bhavantu. Take an inhale, reach your arms above your head, bring your hands to prayer and heart center. Namaste.